Hello everyone, so this is me Arkido, so it's been a while. So for today, I'll be discussing urban planning. It's just a short discussion. For background of urban design, so architecture is not only focused on designing the building, houses, but also natatouch din yung environmental planning. Ang urban design, it involves the understanding of the past. Hindi ka makakagawa ng design. You need to understand ano ba yung pinanggalingan niya, no? Then, tsaka mo yung present and the future, no? So, basically, design does not only concern the physical form, color, texture, size, shape, but it also concerns the function. And then, yung functional components niya is you need to connect with the structural, electrical, mechanical, etc. etc. So, the study of urban design is same approach must be taken as in the study of architecture, no? Appropriately beginning with understanding its past. So, history. Even in ancient times, our earliest ancestors chose to live in groups for protection. For the safety nila, meron silang mga kasama. Hindi lang sila yung, at least may kasama sila, magtatanggol ba? Ganon. Against the elements for security, against rival tribes. Usually, syempre, masakop-sakop, sakupan, ganyan. For easy in gathering the food, and simply for man-natural's need for companionship. Hindi mawawala yun. So, first, as ang isang chinecheck din nila o tinitingnan nila when choosing an area, no, to live is a natural factors. So, ano ba mga natural factors na nakaka-apekto dun sa development and growth ng urban areas? So, first is the potential of natural calamities. So, chinecheck din naman nila yun, but sometimes, disregard, no? Ano pa ba yun? Saan ba pinapanood ako ng kay Pompeii? Diba? Halos katabi lang ng kanilang area yung volcano. So, isa din yun sa reason that's why namatay sila. But, the factor, and natural factors also yung presence of fertile soil, bodies of water, and other natural resources. So, kung napapansin niyo, yung mga old settlements, old na mga tribes, they settle in the areas na marami, may water, may river, yan, mga Egypt, dun sila nagsisettle, so parang nagiging linear, let's say, what you call that, yung pagkakaroon niya ng doon na sila nagde-develop o doon na sila nagbubuo ng mga bahay ng tribe. Siyempre, pag mas malapis, mas mabilis sila, diba? For may pandilig, may pangkuhanan ng tubig, may pampaligo, etc. etc. So, and also, they consider also one of the natural factors is the sloping terrain and other forms of natural defenses climate. So, syempre, hindi rin naman maganda na halos katabi mo na rin yung river. Usually, di ba, kapag umuulan, nagkakaroon ng flooding. Meron na rin naman nangyari before sa flooding na yan. So, isa din yun sa issue. But, sometimes, medyo maliit na bagay na lang yun dahil nga kailangan nga nila ng resources, no? Supply. Okay, next is innovation. So, innovation that influence the development of early cities. So, usually, ang ginagawa nila, no, yung sinasaka nila is some type of rectilinear farming. Villages were built in similar haphazard rectilinear fashion as farm plots. So, siguro, yung mga ganung settlements, like yung ganung pattern is visible na ngayon sa mga slum communities, no? Yung parang tabi-tabi, para siyang, alam mo yung mga grid type, tapos basta tabi-tabi siya, tapos parang halos hindi mo na makita yung daan because puro bubong na lang. So, that's one reason for the, Then, circular fencing and radiocentric planning to use the minimum amount of materials. The herdsman would build a fence in circular form. Usually, lahat ng settlements, meron silang fences na paikot kasi syempre, mas mabilis, mas madali naman nilang i-build. This compactness influenced the growth of some settlements, including the ancient city before, no? Then, last is primitive dwellings. So, noong panahon nung mostly had one room, sharing na silang lahat, no? Development of more complex civilization led to division of the room, no? Nung mga tumagal-tagal na, doon na-divide na lahat ng room, nagkaroon na ng for kitchen, for sleeping area, for receiving the guests, no? Sleeping, socializing, So, yung iba naman, natural cave pa rin, enlarged by erecting piles of rocks at entrance. So, yun, depende, iba-iba. Depende sa tribe kung paano yung paggawa nila ng kanilang mga bahay o settlements before. So, first is, noong panahon ng 7,000 to 9,000 BC is Neolithic cities na, no? So, first is Jericho. Ito yung unang settlement, early settlement in Australia, Israel. Israel, sorry. So, around 9,000 BC yun. So, let's say it was a well-organized community na. Then, almost, or about 3,000 people built around a reliable source of fresh water. So, near kasi siya. So, it was 3 hectares in size. So, 3 hectares is almost 30,000 square meter. So, kagaya niyan yung sinabilanggit kanina, diba? The circular fencing, like in the Jericho, no, upper here. So, circular fencing din ang ginawa nila, radius and that. So, then, it was 3 hectares no, in size. Enclosed with circular stone wall. Stone wall naman to, hindi naman siya mad type. So, medyo na sila, nag-innovate na, no? Medyo advanced na kasi nag-stone na sila. And then, Kirokitia, if I'm not mistaken na pronounce, sorry. So, ito naman yung early settlement in Cyprus, no? Cyprus. So, around 5,500 BC, it was the first documented city with streets. Wala lang ako masyadong photo, but ito yun yung ngayon na binubungkal ng mga ating archaeologists. So, the main street was narrow but had a wide terminal. Then, Catalfuyuk, ito naman yung early settlement in Turkey, around 7,000 BC. Imagine that. Oh, parang sobrang tagal na. But, meron pa tayo nakikita kahit pa paano na remains ng mga area na to. Diba? Imagine. Then, it was the largest Neolithic city with 13 hectares of land for a population of about 10,000 people. 13 hectares, imagine, 13 is around 130 square meters. No? It was an intricately assembled complex without streets naman. No? For security and ease of construction, the structure were built next to each other with access to each unit from rooftop. No? Kung yung mga slum nga lang, may street, but ito wala. Tapos, sa bubong sila dadaan. No? Ginawa nila spider. So, okay. So, next is 3,000 to 4,000 BC naman. So, in this era, cities in the Fertile Crescent were formed by the Tigris and Euphrates River valleys of Mesopotamia. Among dozens of cities, the most notable included, first, the city of Eridu. No? Ito yung ina-acknowledge as the oldest city. No? Eridu managed to grow because of the effective irrigation. So, irrigation for the farming. No? So, next is the city of Damascus. City of Damascus, this one, acknowledged as the oldest continually inhabited. So, ibig sabihin, meron pa rin tao. May nakatira pa rin, inaano pa rin, may mga nag-i-stay pa rin in that area. No? So, Damascus grew because of its political role in the region. So, third is Babylon, no? Babylon. The largest city with 80,000 inhabitants. It was built by Nebuchadnezzar. So, medyo, hirap bigkasin siya. So, ruler of Babylon for 45 years. This is the, ito yung pinaka-gusto kong settlement before. Gusto ko talagang makita. So, ang hirap lang kasi medyo mga ini-AI na lang today, kung ano yung dati niyang itsura, no? Imagine, pero napaka-advance. Na-imagine nyo yung ganun, the architects during that time, so, masyado magaling. Diba? Nakaka-amaze lang. Yung mga details. So, next is 3,000 BC. This is the Egyptian. It also amazes me, this civilization. Nakaka-amaze. The details, the drawings, on the stones, even the tombs. This is my dream na mapuntahan talaga, to be honest. Then, ang Egyptian civilization is, ito yung hindi nga nila kailangan ng defensive walls. Hindi sila nag-build. Sila nag-build ng defensive walls. No? Little evidence of controlled planning nga lang. Unlike the other civilization. Then, no zoning, no defined blocks for housing, kasi ito spot lang. Then, social classes determine housing site. So, depende sa status nga ng mga tao. Kung saan sila titira. Workers camp, circled construction site, creating a large regiocentric pattern. Then, dependence on Nile River. This one is, dependent na. Kasi, syempre, of course, may pagkukuhanan sila ng water. Pero sino naman yung nasa desert ka? Diba? Egyptian built reservoir to store water and dug canals to carry out it to the fields. No? Thebes and Memphis were major cities along the Nile Valley. Characterized by monumental architecture, popularly symbolized by the pyramid. No? So, we will not discuss the pyramids na kasi it's other like, sakop na siya ng history. So, we're just focusing on civilization. So, next is 2,500 BC. So, Indus Valley, no? First, Indus Valley, ito yung present day as Pakistan. No? And then, Mohenjo-daro. Ito naman is administrative religious center with 40,000 inhabitants. Dami din nun, ha? Then, the citadel was at the top of the city, with resident housing below laid out along the lines of drainage system, forming a grid pattern. Meron na rin sila ng plumbing system. I don't know lang ba't masyado nang late yung plumbing system na sa atin. So, 1900 BC. So, Yellow River Valley of China. This one, China, napakalaki. No? Ito naman yung land within the passes, ang tinatawag nila. So, also Wanghe Valley, no? Because the technology for building up on steep slope was not yet known, expansion was only along the valley. Expansion, syempre, kailangan nila for irrigation. That's why this may have been a precursor of the linear city. So, siya sabi, ibig sabihin, parang ito yung pinagmulan ng linear city, no? Linear yung development because of the river. Then, Anyang is the largest city of the Yellow River Valley. Anyang. So, next is 800 BC. First is Beijing, no? Beijing. Founded in approximately the same location it is in today, centering around the Forbidden City. So, present form originated in the Ming Dynasty. Ito. During 1368 to 1644. No? Then, BC to AD naman is yung Teotihuacan, Tizivil-Chatun. Ito naman is were the largest city. If I'm not mistaken, is Mexico or Mexico. Teotihuacan was anchored by several large ziggurats or temples and connected with a large avenue with smaller street connecting to other sites, thus creating a rectilinear pattern. So, that's it. So, next time, pag-usapan naman natin yung ibang civilization. No? Thank you.